Hey everybody, what's going on? James here. I'm just going to show you what I did to the reef last night, and then I will show you how it looks under the lighting afterwards. As you can see, it's a totally different new scape on it. Got a lot of tunneling in it. Pretty much changed everything about it. Got a nice little slice between the rocks here, so it's looking pretty nice. And then before he vanishes, I want to show you my new addition that I promised to show you. Check him out. The lawnmower Gobi, or I mean the lawnmower Blinny. I'm sorry. I had asked Andrew what that was in his tank. I didn't realize what it was. I thought it was some sort of Gobi. I don't know if it's from maybe the same family or not, but you can see he is awesome. Really cool looking. He's like white. I don't know if that's a brown or what other colors are on him, but he is just awesome. So I thought that was a pretty cool pickup. I also picked up another emerald green crab. Where he may be is anybody's guess, but he is bigger than the original one that I had bought beforehand. I definitely have a ton more water flow based on how I actually did these rocks. So as you can see, I'm gonna have to figure out something for the Aiken. Look at how the sand is moving out from underneath that plug. Yeah, I gotta figure something out because it's actually undermining the poor Aiken there. And then I went and stood up the mushrooms over here, and so that's looking pretty wild. I had turned off the lights earlier, but I decided to turn them on so I could do the video. This thing was covered completely in bubble algae, and the green hair algae. So that was another one that I had scrubbed off. You can see there's a little bit, but nothing like it was. And then the same with over here on this with the blue mushroom, which there's the actual little split right there of that one. And I believe there's another one up underneath there too. So I thought that was pretty cool. I put the digitata up over here for now. It seems it's a little bit lower, as you can see, a little bit. So I'm going to see how it reacts over here. I might end up raising it up. And then the I don't know if it's an alien eye or if it's the Hollywood stunner, but he's up over here, so he's a little bit higher. There's the green stars closed up, growing like a monster in here. This big rock I didn't actually take out. That's a 25-pound piece of Fiji rock. I went ahead and left it alone. That way the Blinny's got something to mess with. And believe me, that stuff, I've used pliers and everything to try to get this stuff off. It's not your typical green hair algae. It's been on this rock since day one. So I don't know what the heck that is. It's a little white from all the dust that I had going on here. But now you can actually see some of the feather dusters that are in here. There's one right there. He's always been hidden, but now you can actually see him, which is pretty awesome. Actually, there's a few of them right there. And then one thing that I did forget about when I had flipped over some of the rocks, the pulsing xenia that was on top of that rock. I don't think he's on top of the rock anymore. I think he might be under the rock. So he may not make it. But anyways, what are you gonna do? There's the eagle eye, as you normally would see it in the regular lighting like you do now. So you can see the big extensions and whatnot on it. And then I also added the other zoos over here, which is pretty hard to get. That plug looks like it kind of messed up, so I'm going to have to probably readjust that. And then I left the zinnias where they were. I put the little cup guy right here. It's some sort of cup coral. I forget the name of it. But that's how it looks under the regular lighting. It still looks really awesome. I mean, no matter how you look at it under the lights, but yeah, I like that little thing. That's pretty awesome, and it's got growth all over it, which is really great. I'm loving that thing. I mean, that's just crazy. And I noticed that he doesn't have very much bleach on him anymore, so I think I might have found his happy zone right here. And then you've got the torch right here. He kind of closed up a little bit because the lights were off. I should have just left them on. I forgot about the timer. It went off. I went and had dinner, came back, and I was too late. So they'll be all right for one night anyway. And then here's the candy cane, the crypto. Oh, look, we got a little guy flying across the tank. But that's the kryptonite candy cane with it's actually got 3 heads on it from what I had seen. I thought it only had 2, but there's actually another small head underneath this big one here, besides that one right there. So, and that thing had a ton of vermitide snails on it, so I had chipped them off. You can actually see where I chipped away at the skeletal structure a little bit just to get that off of there. The same with the Aiken. It actually had bubble algae growing underneath it, so I got that out from underneath him. The end of the digitata, you can see where I had chipped off the end of it as well. That was another vermitide snail that had managed to get onto it. I don't know, it's like, these things are just nuts. See how there's some web on there? That's because there's some vermitide over here somewhere. Royal pain in the ass, them things. I don't know if I'm going to super glue them or what, but the skunk shrimp claimed his zone back. Fire shrimp found his new home, which is right down inside there. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, overall, this thing, it looks 100% better now. I really like it. Much different. And then another thing I want to show you guys. After Josh had sent me the skimmer, check this out. I figured I couldn't use it for the Pico, so we got it running in unison with the Coral Life. And I'll just show you what's going on between these two. There's the Coral Life pumping away. I'm going to talk about dark skim. Look at that. Oh yeah, baby. Look at that tube on that thing. It is filthy, and this is after a couple of days. It is just nasty. Alright, so that's the Coral Life. Cranking it up. And then this Remora. Look at the Remora. It's going, oh yeah. Check that out. So I've got 2 skimmers competing with each other, which is really awesome. Thanks again, Josh. I'll have to like figure out the actual level of how this thing works, but from what I'm getting, I pretty much got it set as a dry skim, which is really good. And then another thing, this 1 gallon bucket was actually empty when I had started these two. So yeah, you can see what's going on. I've got them both draining into it, so that saves from any accidents, which is really cool. So they're both going into the 1 gallon bucket. I might actually hard plumbed the remora because of the fact that it has a big enough tube to where I might be able to use a regular 1/2-inch barb and you know, threaded connector and go with a hard plumb. The sump is a little bit dirty. I'm gonna have to clean it up a little bit. All that red right there, that's all coralline growing in that first chamber. You can see this chamber, it is growing. No filter sock, which I'll end up probably putting one back in there. And my Chaeto up on top, see how the color has changed? Yeah, it's pretty nasty looking, so I'm gonna have to get that rinsed off. The Chaeto grew like a monster in here, so I'm gonna have to clip the hell out of that and clean it up. I put the Kimmy Pure over here. See that all on the bottom? That's all coralline. Look at that stuff. It is growing like a mad scientist down inside here. But it was funny, I had pulled this out of the first chamber and put it over here. See all them little pods? I had pods jumping out of my sump tank. They were all down here in the front, all over my arm. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They were jumping ship, man. But anyways, they ended up pretty much back in there. I picked them all up with tweezers and whatnot because I couldn't catch the little suckers. But you can see I got pods everywhere. You know them little black critters right there. They're inside the skimmer. They're everywhere. All over the damn place. I got so many pods now, forget about it. I ordered 500 and Reefs to Go had a thing, you buy one get one free, so I ended up with 1,000 pods. So I've got a crap load of pods now. Anyways, I'm gonna shut this down, get it posted, and show you what's up. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I will do a next video showing just how this looks like in the Aquatics. Bye bye everyone.